Months of meticulous planning and covert operations had brought us to this moment, the heist of a lifetime. Our target was no ordinary bank. It was a colossal institution housing a legendary fortune. The group had grown larger this time, each member carefully selected for their unique expertise. Together, we formed an elite team, operating in the shadows and communicating through encrypted channels. Our leader, the enigmatic Max, was a genius strategist with a flair for outwitting security systems. Emily, a master of disguises, could seamlessly blend into any crowd. Lucas returned as the tech wizard, keeping us one step ahead of any surveillance. Then there was Samantha, a former employee of the bank who provided invaluable insight into its inner workings. And of course, there was me, the quiet observer who slipped through the cracks unnoticed, my identity concealed even from my fellow conspirators. As the fateful night approached, tension gripped us like a vice. The hours dwindled to minutes, and our excitement mixed with trepidation. Every detail had been scrutinized, every move rehearsed. Failure was not an option. The night of the heist, our hearts drummed in unison, adrenaline surging through our veins. We executed the plan with precision, infiltrating the bank's impenetrable fortress like shadows in the night. The vault, an impenetrable fortress of steel and concrete, taunted us with its challenge, but Max's brilliance shone through, and we stood on the precipice of success. The prize before us was beyond imagination, the allure of unimaginable wealth intoxicating. As we reveled in the glory of our triumph, a feeling of unease gnawed at my gut. I had always been the observer, the one who slipped away unnoticed, but tonight was different. Tonight the walls were closing in, and I could feel the authorities breathing down my neck. As the group celebrated our success, I realized I had to act quickly to ensure my escape. The weight of the past, the thrill of the heist, and the bonds of friendship all collided, and I found myself torn between two worlds, the camaraderie of my fellow thieves and the fear of being caught. In a moment of clarity, I made a daring decision, to sacrifice my share of the loot and ensure my freedom. With a heavy heart, I slipped away from the revelry, leaving behind a note of farewell and gratitude to my comrades. As I ventured into the night, a storm of emotions consumed me. The adrenaline of the heist was replaced by the cold realization that I was now alone, with the law closing in. The shadows seemed to watch me, their gaze accusatory and unforgiving. The chase began, and I knew there was no turning back. The city streets became a maze of fear and uncertainty. I found solace in the places I once called home, knowing that I could never return. Now, as I find myself on the precipice of capture, I release this tale as a testament to the dangers of walking the path of darkness. The thrill of the heist had blinded me to the consequences, and now I stand at the brink of retribution. The pursuit is relentless, and my breaths come in ragged gasps as I pen this final testament. I know that the price for my actions will soon be paid, and I am ready to accept the consequences of my choices. I release this story into the world, a confession and a warning, a testament to the choices we make and the paths we tread. If you find this tale, let it be a reminder that the allure of adventure and the pursuit of riches should never come at the expense of our values and the bonds we hold dear. Now, as I prepare to face my fate, I leave this message as a lingering echo of the life I once knew. Let it be a cautionary tale for those who walk the line between darkness and redemption, for the choices we make may echo in eternity. This is my story of adventure, friendship, and the price I paid for chasing the allure of the heist. As I stand on the precipice of capture, my only hope is that my words will serve as a cautionary tale for those who venture into the shadows of temptation. With my confession now complete, I await the footsteps that draw nearer, signaling the end of my time in the shadows. The chase is over, and I am prepared to face my fate. The day began like any other, a seemingly routine shift as I climbed into the armored truck, ready to transport valuable cargo through the city's streets. Little did I know that fate had a sinister twist in store for me. As I drove along my designated route, the world outside seemed peaceful, yet an undercurrent of unease gnawed at my subconscious. Unbeknownst to me, the criminal underworld had plotted a meticulously orchestrated heist targeting my armored truck. As I reached a secluded stretch of road, the tranquility shattered into chaos. Masked figures armed with heavy weapons appeared seemingly out of thin air, surrounding the armored truck with ruthless precision. "Nobody move! This is a heist!" one of the criminals barked, their voice carrying an air of deadly certainty. My heart pounded in my chest as adrenaline surged through my veins. Panic threatened to overtake me as I realized I was caught in the crosshairs of an audacious robbery. The other drivers, taken by surprise just like me, attempted to resist. But the criminals showed no mercy, firing their weapons without hesitation. The once serene streets transformed into a battleground of bullets and terror. In the chaos that ensued, my fellow drivers fell one by one, their lives cut short by the malevolent intent of the criminals. I could only watch in horror, paralyzed by fear and disbelief. As the last driver crumpled to the ground, I found myself the sole survivor, injured and helpless within the confines of the armored truck. The criminals wasted no time and breached the security with surprising ease. My mind raced as I tried to comprehend the magnitude of the situation. Why were they doing this? How did they know about our route? I was but an unwitting pawn in a twisted game of greed and violence. The masked figures, their faces hidden behind malevolent grins, looted the armored truck with ruthless efficiency. They seemed like phantoms, haunting my once safe haven and leaving behind a trail of devastation. Just as quickly as the chaos began, the criminals vanished into the shadows, leaving me alone with the weight of the tragedy that had unfolded. Blood stained the once pristine floor of the armored truck, a stark reminder of the brutality that had engulfed us. As I waited for help to arrive, my mind was consumed by a whirlwind of emotions, fear, grief, and a profound sense of vulnerability. The city I had once known as my home now felt like a perilous labyrinth of danger and deceit. The heist had left scars that would never fully heal. The loss of my fellow drivers haunted my dreams, their faces etched in my memory as a haunting reminder of the darkness that lurked in the city's shadows. In the aftermath of the heist, the authorities launched an intense investigation, but the criminals had covered their tracks well. They remained elusive, leaving the city to grapple with the aftermath of their callous actions. As I slowly recovered from my injuries, I knew that life would never be the same again. The armored truck had once represented safety and security, but now it bore the scars of a harrowing ordeal that had forever altered my perception of the world. In the vibrant days of our youth, my close-knit group of friends and I were bound together by an insatiable thirst for excitement and adventure. We had always shared a magnetic pull towards the extraordinary, and the allure of a daring bank heist seemed like the ultimate embodiment of our restless spirits. The idea had simmered in our minds for weeks, fueled by countless late-night conversations and heist movies we watched with wide-eyed fascination. Each member of our group brought a unique skill to the table: hacking, disguises, strategizing, and smooth talking, and we knew that together we could pull off something truly extraordinary. As the sun set on the eve of the heist, anticipation crackled in the air like electricity. With nerves tingling, we adorned ourselves with masks and gloves, ready to embrace our alter egos. We entered the bank like shadows, our pulses racing in unison. The heist unfolded like a well-choreographed dance. Each movement, each gesture had been rehearsed countless times in the secrecy of our hideout. We executed the plan flawlessly, navigating the intricate web of security with precision and grace. With each passing second, our hearts pounded and adrenaline surged through our veins. It was a feeling like no other. The intoxicating rush of danger mingled with the camaraderie of the people I trusted most in the world. We gathered the money, and for a brief moment, we basked in the euphoria of our success. But the world has an uncanny way of balancing the scales, and fate had an unexpected twist in store for us. As we made our escape, a moment of inattention triggered a chain reaction that changed everything. A security camera captured an image, and the authorities were quick to decipher the puzzle. Our cover was blown, and the chase began. Panic and fear gripped us, and in the chaos that followed, we found ourselves scattered in different directions, each one running for their life. As I sprinted through the labyrinthine streets, my heart pounded, and my lungs gasped for air. Days turned into nights as I hid in the shadows, seeking refuge wherever I could find it. The city had become a labyrinth of fear, and the memories of that night haunted my every step. During those moments of isolation, my thoughts were consumed by my friends. I couldn't shake the guilt that gnawed at my conscience. I had played a part in this reckless escapade, and the consequences were painfully evident. With a heavy heart, I decided I couldn't go back. I couldn't face my friends or the reality of what had transpired. The only option was to vanish into the unknown, seeking sanctuary far away from the life we had known. Costa Rica beckoned with its promise of serenity and renewal, a sanctuary where I could escape the clutches of my past and find redemption. As I touched down on its foreign soil, a sense of relief washed over me. The lush landscapes and soothing waves seemed to cradle my troubled soul. In this tropical paradise, I started anew. Adopting a new identity, I sought a life of simplicity and humility. The weight of the past served as a reminder, a constant whisper urging me to cherish the value of honesty, compassion, and the pursuit of a life worth living. As the years passed, the heist became a distant memory, fading like footprints washed away by the tide. The sunrises and sunsets of Costa Rica embraced me with their timeless rhythm, and I found solace in the beauty of a life well lived.